Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Middleware Technologies. Today we'll be looking at a gaming engine which can be used to build 2D and 3D games. Okay, so today I'm going to introduce you to Godot, which is a very popular gaming engine for 2D and 3D games. And why it is popular is it's basically open source, free, and also like whatever games you're going to build using the Godot gaming engine, they are with you, like all the royalty and whatever benefits or whatever money you earn from that is all yours. So there is no share that you want to give it to the Godot who is providing you with that engine. Okay, so that's the main benefit, why people are preferring to build their good games using Godot rather than other popular engines. Even though like they have even though they have some good features, like this is one of the thing like why people prefer to go for the Godot, and also like it is very lightweight. Okay, so here in this article, like we are going to see how we can install and set up our Godot engine, and also try to prepare a simple or very basic project which is called Hide Penguin. So we'll see like how that project builds in this article. Okay, so this is the article that I'm going to like use or refer to for this video. Okay, I'm working on Fedora Workstation 35 with Godot 3.5 engine already installed. But yeah, let me I'll show you like how we can install the Godot engine. But before that, let's brief about Godot. So as I said, Godot is a free and open source project which is driven by community for developing the 2D and 3D games. Okay, so it provides all the basic like the tools which are used to build the game, like build the designing the game, and like enhancing your game using the scripting language like GD script. And it also provides you with the tools for animation like animation frames editing. So all those tools are all inbuilt and provided with the Godot engine. So it makes easy for us to build our basic games at a faster pace. Okay, so let us see like how we can install Godot. So Godot engine installation is very simple, I can say. Like we can go to a browser and search for Godot. Okay, so it takes us to the landing page of the Godot engine, wherein you can click on the download. So based on the platform like you're working on, you can like download the corresponding package. So I'm working on Linux, so I'm going to install the 64-bit package, the standard version. Okay, so this basically downloads the zip package, if you see. So I just clicked on that, and it has started downloading the Godot 3.5 version, which is the current stable version as of today. And yeah, so this basically contains the runtime or the Godot runtime which we can like launch to start the Godot engine application. Okay, so let me show you. So basically so this is the package that gets downloaded. So if you look into this package, I'm not extracting it because I already have it extracted. So if you look at this package, it contains this following runtime or the binary which is used to launch the Godot engine. Okay, so I have already got this package extracted in the following location. Let me show you. Okay, so this is the package. So we just need to like launch this binary, and here you go. Like this is the interface that you will get, the project manager interface. Like right now I have a couple of projects, but like if you are launching it for the first time, like you will get a pop-up. You can just hit cancel and you'll get an empty local project view, and here like you have the options to import and create a new project and other options. Okay, so let us try to basically create our new project over here. So before that, let me go into my documentation. So as a first step, like we have seen how we can download the Godot engine and extract and launch it to launch the Godot engine application. Okay, so this is the step. Okay, so now we are going to the step 3, that is creating a new project. Okay, so let me go into my project manager, and here let us try to create a new project. So let us go into a path where we want to save the project. Okay, so I'm going to go into the path. Okay, so I'm going to use this path Godot games, and here I'm going to create a new project named Hide Penguin 2. Okay, so we are going to we need to click on this create folder so that it creates this folder name under Godot games, and you get a green icon. That means the project has been created on the following path, and now you can enter into that project path by clicking on the create button. Okay, so here, so this is the interface that you get to when you first launch a new project in Godot. Okay, so I'll try to explain you about the important sections over here. So if you see at the top menu, so this is the main menu wherein you can go and edit the project section, and you can create new scenes and debug and the help section. Okay, but the important sections are underneath the main menu, wherein if you see on the left side, like this section, this is the scene doc section. Okay, wherein we create our objects, like game objects. Okay, so this is where like the object structure or the project game structure gets created or shown. Okay, and on the bottom, like you see, there is a file system doc. This is where the actual files get stored in the project. Okay, so this is basically if you go into the path of the Godot games, wherein we created the project Hide Penguin 2. So this is where the project gets stored. Okay, so these are the files that you see over here. Okay, and yeah, so that is about the file system. And the right side section, like you see the inspector. So this section, it contains the properties about the project, the game objects, which you can edit as per your requirement. So you'll get to know like more about this when we try to create some of the objects in the game. Okay, so before we start creating our game, so let me give you basic information about the Godot. So Godot is built on the concept of nodes. Okay, so we build games using the concept of nodes, and creating nodes, and creating some more nodes which are the child of the other nodes. Okay, so it is basically like a tree structure with which we conceptualize the game. So let's say like you're building a game for car racing. Okay, so in your imagination, like what you will have, like you will have a scene consisting of a road, on top of which we will have our car like racing. Okay, so these are the two main objects like you can think of if you are trying to build game related to the car racing. Okay, so these two objects are nothing but nodes in the Godot engine, and we modify those nodes as per our requirement and attach functionality to those nodes if required, if we need additional functionalities for that node using the GD script. So that is a scripting language that we use with Godot, like the default language, but there are other languages that are also supported. We're not going to into that in much detail. Okay, but yeah, so we'll be preparing those nodes. We'll create a tree structure of those nodes, and we'll design our game and try to launch that. Okay, and coming to this, the middle section, like you see, this is the viewport. Like right now, like you are viewing the 3D view of the game. So this is where you build your design your game. If you're building the 2D games, like you will get to see this view. And for scripts, so like you will get into this view wherein we can create our GD scripts to attach more functionality to our node. And this is a section asset library wherein you can find more games or tools like ready games which we can import, we can launch to see how they are built. Okay, so this is how the interface looks when you launch the new project using the Godot engine. Okay. There are two more things that I wanted to show you on this interface. Like you see this menu, it is based to the 2D viewport, which can be used to actually move or transform the objects which we create on this viewport, and like try to fix objects like using the snap, using the lock button. Okay, so these are some features which you can utilize as and when, like when you try to create more games. Okay, and in the bottom, like you see the other options, like the output. It shows the output of the game while we launch it. Debugger can be used to see the debug information, and audio to work with the audio files, and the animation is where the we can work with the frames, like the sprite frames which we want to use in our game. Okay, so this is the basic interface that I wanted to show, and let us go into my documentation. So now like we have created our new project, and we have looked at how the interface looks, the project manager interface. And let us now go into the step 4, that is creating a scene using the node 2D node. Okay, so let us click on the plus sign. Like you can see the plus sign over here, or you can use this also. Like here, like we'll search for node 2D and create. Okay, so this will take us into the 2D mode of the viewport, wherein we can create our game. Okay, let us rename our so basically, like nodes consist of child nodes, and these tree-like structure whichever we create, it is completely called like a scene. Like we can create multiple scenes like this, and we can use the other scenes in the main scene as a child instance of that scene. So this is how like we can build the Godot games based on the concept of nodes which consist of which form a tree-like structure, and these nodes together form a scene, and these scenes together can create a complex game for us. Okay, so right now let us rename our node object like as main scene. Okay, so this is going to be our main scene. Underneath we will add other objects. Okay, so let us go into our documentation. Okay, and we have created our new node 2D, and we have entered into 2D mode. Okay, now let us create a object. So here basically we are going to create a sprite object or sprite node. Okay, so that sprite node is going to be a child node for this main scene. Okay, so let us click on this main scene and click on the plus sign to create a child node and search for sprite. Okay, so this is the sprite object which is provided under the node 2D. So node 2D is the parent object for this sprite. Okay, so let us create this one, and right now, like you see, you don't see anything related to the sprite. Like we haven't actually attached any texture or the visual view of our sprite. Okay, so for that we will actually need to populate this texture object. So as I said, like the inspector consists of all the properties related to the object. So right now, like if you click on the sprite object, you will see the properties related to the sprite, and if you click on the main scene, you see the properties related to the main scene. So let us go into the sprite properties under the inspector section, and in this structure, like if you see, it is right now empty. So what we'll do is we are going to take this default we are going to take the penguin image and try to populate it with this texture. Okay, so but for that we'll have to get some penguin objects. So I'm going to copy it from my other project. Okay, so here you can see, like I have copied these two penguin images. Okay, so if you see that the file system got updated with those two image files. Okay, so now let us try to populate this structure with the gray penguin image. As you can see, this image is large compared to our size, so we'll try to transform it. Let us try to resize it. So if you see, you select this sprite object and go into the node 2D transform section, like you will see the scale parameters. So let us try to reduce it to 0.5 and 0.5. This is still big for us, so let us try to reduce it to 0.1. Okay, so this is basically the penguin that we want to hide. This is a grayed out penguin. I'm just trying to move it to the center of the viewport. Okay, so this is how it looks like, the sprite with the texture. Okay, now let us try to launch this project. Okay, so if you try to launch this project without saving it, it will ask like there is no main scene. Okay, so let us try to select and save. Okay, before that let me cancel it. So instead of launching a project, we can launch our scene also. Okay, so let us try to launch our scene and try to save this scene as main scene. Okay, and here you go, like you will see our hide penguin, like grayed out penguin in the window. Okay, so if you so here there is one more thing. You need to make sure in the debug section synchronize scene changes and synchronize script changes are checkboxed, so that whenever there is a change happening in the scene or the script, the window automatically gets updated with the new changes. Okay, so let's see how it happens. So let me try to enlarge the penguin again. So you see it is changing in our launched window also. Okay, so that's how it takes the changes and dynamically updates our window. Okay, so let me change it back to 0.1 for x and y. so it looks small. So this is our first child node that we have created. Okay, so now let us go into our documentation. So as you can see, like we have created a sprite as a node 2D child, and we have copied our penguin before that and try to update our sprite texture with that one. Okay, now let us add go into our step 6, that is wherein we are going to add a button as a child node of node 2D object. Okay, so this is our node 2D which is called main scene, and here we are going to add a new child called button. Okay, so we'll select this button and create it. Okay, so if you see, this button is created over here. Okay, let me try to update the text of that button. So you can see this is the text of the button. So let me name it as pinch me. Okay, you can see the screen is also updated over here. So let me try to move this button a bit at the bottom of the screen, and let me try to center both of them. Okay, so now you can see, like, we have this button and we have this sprite as a main scene child objects. Okay, now let us try to enlarge our button. So for that we need to go into button inspector properties, and if you go into the rectangle section here, like you can see the button parameters x and y. Let us try to increase it to 100 and this to 25. Okay, so you can see, like, our button is enlarged. Okay, so this is how, like, our like our window looks now with the two child nodes. One is sprite with the penguin texture image, and other one is the button with pinch me text. Okay, now let us go into our documentation again. So we have completed our step 6, that is adding a button as a child node, and now we are we have our screen consisting of a gray color penguin and a button which doesn't do any action right now. So if you click on this button, so it is not doing any action. Okay, so now in the step 7 we are going to bind an action with the button. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say is, when we click on this button, it is going to trigger an event, and that event is going to call a function which is going to change this grayed penguin object or the hidden penguin object with our other penguin image or other penguin object, I can say. Okay, so let us try to do that one. So for that we need to create a script and attach it to the main scene. So let us go into our view, the project manager view, and here, like, we are going to click on the main scene and click on this attach a new or existing script. So we are going to attach a new script, and this basically is going to create our script with a language of GDScript. So there are other languages also supported, like as you can see, native script, visual script, but we are going to stick to GDScript, and it basically inherits the node 2D object parameters, which is the main parent object, and the template is default. Let us and the path where this GDScript is going to be stored is this, the root project, project folder is the path wherein this GDScript is going to be saved. Okay, so let us try to create it. So it will populate with this the default script, let us try to remove this one. This is not required right now for us. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to attach we are going to define a functionality in this script and attach it to our button. Okay, so whenever we click, we are going to click on the button, so it is going to call this functionality and change our sprite texture. Okay, so for that we need to click on this button. Okay, so as I said, when we click on the button, it triggers an event. So we are going to trigger event. For that we need to go into the node and we are going to trigger an event or a signal that is on mouse entered. Okay, so basically when we enter into the region of that button with our mouse, it is going to trigger the event. Okay, so let us right click and click connect. Okay, so this is going to create our function on button mouse entered function in our main GD script, which we have attached to the main scene. Okay, so let us create the connect. Okay, so this is the first function as that gets created, but as you can see, it doesn't do anything. So let us try to remove this one, the body part, and now what we are going to do is we are going to update our sprite image. Okay, so this is the sprite, basically refers to the sprite node. Okay, so we are going to update the sprite node texture and load it with the path to our penguin.png. Okay, so let us try to save it. So here actually I gave the resource path, but that is not needed. We just need to provide the file name of the image or the penguin image that we want to show, and yeah, that's it. Let us save it. Let me try to hover. Like if you see, the penguin is changed. The texture of the penguin, the sprite has changed to the other penguin image that I have in the file system. Okay, so now let us attach one more functionality over here. Okay, so click on the button, click on the node tab, and now on the mouse we will attach a function to the signal mouse exited. So basically when the mouse exits that button, we are going to change our penguin back to the grayed out penguin image. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and I'm going to update my penguin image to penguin_gray. Okay, so now let us see. So it is not taking the changes. Let me try to close this, save it, launch. So now it is hidden. Let's go into the button. It's changed to the penguin with colorful image, and now again, like I moved out of the button, so it is grayed out the penguin image, and again if you go on to the button, like it changes to penguin with the colorful image. So this is how we are going to attach the JavaScript functionality to our node to extend its function. Okay, so yeah, just in case you are not getting the updated penguin image, in case you have created the script, just try to relaunch your window. Okay, so as I had done, relaunch your window, and that should take your changes into effect. Okay. Now like we can save this project. So let us try to click on the play button. So it will ask to select the main scene for this project. So let us create on the select. So our main scene is going to be this main scene. So open. So as you can see, the penguin is hiding when we are out of the button, and shown when we click on the when we are on the button region. Okay, so this is how like you can build your games using the Godot engine. So this is a very basic thing that I wanted to show you, but there is much more you can do with animation frames and tile maps and camera, 2D camera, 3D camera, and there are 3D features are also 3D game engine is also supported, so you can explore more on that one. Yeah, so that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you all, thanks for watching this video, and you guys have a great day.